Welcome to the world of top-fuel dragster racing, the ultimate test of speed and power. This is where the fastest, most explosive cars on the planet battle it out, reaching insane speeds of over 341 miles per hour in just 1,000 feet. Yes, you heard that right. These rockets on wheels go from 0 to 100 miles per hour in under 1 second, as fast as the blink of an eye. But let's not waste time waxing poetic. Let's get to the meat and potatoes of the matter and lift the engine cover on top-fuel dragsters. Before we begin, if you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe and hit the like button. It really helps the channel bring you more content like this. Back to it. Top-fuel dragster engines are some of the most powerful engines on Earth, delivering an astounding 10,000 plus horsepower. But how do they achieve these seemingly fantasy world-type power figures? Let's start off by taking a look at engine displacement. The 500 cubic inch or 8.2 liter engines are based on second-generation Chrysler RB Hemi engines. However, while these heavily regulated engines have their roots in the Hemi, practically all of the parts used in top-fuel dragsters are specially designed and manufactured. You might think that more than 8 cylinders would be required for these power figures, but 90-degree V8s are what you'll find powering these cars. The engines have just 2 valves per cylinder, 1 intake and 1 exhaust for precise fuel and air control. The fuel is a unique blend of 90% nitromethane and 10% methanol, and is ignited by dual magnetos that fire at 44 degrees before top dead center. The cylinder heads are made from forged aluminum billets, and surprisingly enough, rely on incoming air, fuel, and lubricating oil for cooling, instead of being water-jacketed and cooled. Heads are secured to the block with aircraft-grade hardware and are sealed with stainless steel O-rings and copper gaskets. Forged aluminum is the material of choice for the pistons, which are Teflon, coated as well as anodized to prevent galling during the extreme conditions during a race. A wet sump oil system holds a whopping 16 quarts of synthetic racing oil, and oil pans are made from aluminum or titanium. Importantly, teams are imposed a monetary penalty if their car spills or leaks oil on the track. As a result, you will find highly absorbent blankets below the engines of top-fuel cars. Oil is pumped at around 200 psi during startup and slightly lower during a drag race. Fuel is delivered by an engine-driven mechanical fuel pump that serves over 40 different nozzles. The pumps are capable of delivering over 100 gallons of fuel per minute at 500 psi of fuel rail pressure. The air-to-fuel ratio is adjusted on the fly to provide the best mixture of power to expected tire traction. There's a fine line between a great start and smoking tires, which ultimately ends as a L in the win-loss column. 8 individual open exhaust pipes, sometimes referred to as zoomies, can be found on top-fuel drag cars. These 2 3/4 inch pipes are about 18 inches long and are made of high-strength steel. Thermocouples monitor exhaust gas temperature, which can reach as high as 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit during a run. It's not uncommon to see flames shoot out many feet from the exhaust pipes, especially during a nighttime event. Amazingly, the exhaust gases alone can generate almost 1,000 pounds of downforce, and the rear airfoil can generate more than 10 times that amount, at speeds over 300 miles per hour. At those speeds, these immense pressures are needed to keep the cars on the track. While it can be very difficult to accurately measure the real power figures that these monsters produce, there is some data that is generally accepted as being accurate. Horsepower figures are generally recognized as being in excess of 10,000 horsepower. Torque is a monstrous 7,000 pound-feet, and the power-to-weight ratio is about 1.5 horsepower per pound. With top speeds over 330 miles per hour and 0 to 100 speeds in under 1 second. It's no wonder these engines barely last a few seconds, given the extreme pressures and conditions that exist during a run. Before and after each run, a team of highly skilled mechanics performs a monumental amount of tasks. Engines are completely torn down. Every single component is carefully examined for wear, heat damage, and any imperfections. All parts are thoroughly cleaned, ensuring that no contamination can negatively impact performance after the engine is reassembled. Cylinder heads are meticulously inspected by being checked for cracks, warping, or other signs of wear and damage. The block, crankshaft, and camshaft are all inspected for cracks, scoring, excess wear, or any other damage that could cause timing issues, performance issues, or even a catastrophic engine failure. Pistons and rings are examined closely for wear to ensure that they can handle the extreme forces and temperatures they're subjected to. If issues are found, then parts are either refurbished or simply replaced. Most of the time, mechanics don't take chances, as these engines need to be in tip-top condition in order to perform in the way they're being asked to. If necessary, cylinder heads will be refurbished or ultimately replaced. Blocks go through a rigorous machining process to ensure surfaces are smooth and within precise tolerance for proper sealing and power delivery. Crankshafts are reground to restore perfect tolerances, ensuring smooth rotation and power transfer. Similarly, camshafts are often reground for precise valve timing. Pistons and rings are replaced frequently to ensure full power potential. Sometimes teardowns, inspections, and rebuilds are done in a matter of minutes between runs. Servicing top fuel racing engines is a high-stakes process, as every part must work in perfect harmony to handle the 10,000-plus horsepower that these engines produce. The mechanics' blend of precision engineering and skill keep these cars at the top of their game on the track. It's important to note that these one-of-a-kind engines cannot be found in any production cars, or in any other vehicles for that matter. They're only seen in the intense world of top fuel drag racing and are used by some of the most iconic drivers and teams in the sport. Tony Schumacher is regarded as one of the most successful top fuel drivers of all time, with over 80 wins and several championships under his belt. Shirley Muldowney, a groundbreaking female driver often known as the First Lady of Drag Racing, made history with multiple top fuel drag racing championships and more than 15 wins in the sport. In more recent years, drivers such as Antron Brown, Steve Torrence, and Brittany Force have found themselves at the top of the win column. This heart-pounding sport, which sees drivers race side by side in their mad dash 1,000 feet to the finish line, is nothing to scoff at. Sure, it may seem like it's just a short race in a straight line, but top fuel drag racing is one of the most precise and exhilarating forms of motorsport on the planet. It's the closest a man or woman can get to being in a fighter jet while still remaining on the ground. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more automotive content. Thanks for watching.